So yeah, let me open it up. Any questions out in the audience? Yes, Ms. Underwood.
This is for David and Anna specifically. Both of you talk about having organic product. And I know that it is not easy to get certification as an organic grower. So when you say organic, is it USDA certified organic, or what do you mean when you say organic?
Great question. Our produce is organic. All of our non-produce items, so your salsas, your preserves, they're just clean products. They don't necessarily have to be certified organic. We do look for non-GMO, no preservatives. I mean, we have certain standards that we follow, but in terms of organic, we're a little bit loose in terms of non-produce.
Yeah, I'm in the exact same boat. My produce is organic, but a few other items are. But every person who comes into the store, I say, it's either local or organic, and if it's the two, that's great. But I understand and acknowledge how difficult that certification is, and it's not a requisite at all. So local is just as important to me. But with my produce and things that I can't, Michigan pineapples, that kind of stuff, really hard. So, those are the things that I focus on, but a local product is a local product, and that's what's important.
Yes, ma'am, in the back. Yes, stand up and speak up.
For the whole food, you guys have a lot of people coming by trying to push organic vegetables, and if you do not, you have requests for it.
We do have organic baby food.
And are they all local or?
No, none that are local.
Yes, ma'am.
I would actually like to know the best way you guys would like to be contacted. I think I got something you really like. I want to be persistent without getting on your nerves. Email.
Yeah, best way it is to do it is just email us, say, hey, I have this great product I want to present to you. And then we usually basically set up a time we can meet, bring your product to us, for us to sample, enough for you to share with the rest of the team. And also we ask you to bring an ingredient list with all the sub-ingredients in there. So we can quickly say, yeah, I love your product, but this particular ingredient doesn't meet our quality standards. So you may want to work on that one ingredient we want to sell here.
That's great. And in doing so, is that automatic consignment, or are you open to purchasing product? Does that kind of depend on if a person really knows how to help get it to the customer and help you get it out of your store? Because that's what I think is best at, getting the customer to come to you and get it out of there.
I can go over the process of getting into Whole Foods, like it's kind of long, or the conversation is long, so I definitely can go over the steps with you.
Please, thank you. Thank you.
Cynthia.
I'm just saying.
She said,
Oh, yeah.
Anybody that wants to.
Okay.
I can run it down really quickly. It's basically you come visit us, we try your product, we see if we like it, we make sure that the ingredient list meets our standards. At that point, if we really like it, the team likes it, we feel like we can sell it, we start the local vendor process. So that's where the paperwork comes in. So we give you a packet 8, which is the first set of paperwork that asks for ingredients, a lot of information about the company, and just information about the products. Once we get that information, we send it out to our regional team. They look over everything, see if everything's right. If everything's right, they give us the go-ahead to give you the second packet, which is called packet 8. And that has more of the business information, like the insurance, how the payment process, the EFT. We need to look at certain things like what commercial kitchen you work out of, things like that. Once that's all complete and everything looks good to us, we're able to say, okay, here's this final form, and then in a week your product is selling off our shelves.
Yeah.
But we always ask to go to start with one store, because we'll be like the pilot for you and try to see if your product moves. If your product's successful in our store, the other stores, like Lisa, will see how successful it is in my store, or vice versa, and say, hey, well, Ben's selling this many amount, would you be interested in taking it on? But once you're already set up as a vendor, it's very, very easy for her to bring it into her store.
The initial process is
long.
It's
yeah.
not is somewhat lengthy. I'm not gonna, you know, and a part of it really is our, you know, and in other words, is taking the time to look at everything, and I mean, obviously, we still have a store to run and tasks. But if somebody wants, and you'll only be approved, I always call it champions, so like Rochester champions you, Midtown champions you, West Bloomfield, it doesn't matter. But if somebody walks in my door and says, this is in West Bloomfield, and it's local, I can't get back to the office fast enough. But, and I'm sending out my requests. And again, I'm very blessed. You know, our store has a lot of square footage, so I can always fit stuff in. But I can't wait to get back there.
Natasha?
I have a quick question. When you were going over your process, do you guys go out to their facility and do an inspection of their facility, or you just once they submit everything to you?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say not always. It's usually to a point of how big are you going to get to. Once you start branching out to other stores, we might ask, like, hey, can we visit your commercial kitchen that you work out of? Especially if you get big enough to you want to go to the regional level. That's when the local foragers will probably come down and look at the facility.
Oh, okay.
Chef?
For the gentleman,
David, yep.
David. So you say that you do a consignment thing, so let's say I'm a caterer, and I need some goods, but I'm broke. I can come see you?
Yeah, it's not necessarily a two-way street, although that would be nice. So I started on consignment, and now I'm in a position where I can mostly buy things. We do have neighborhood tabs that I'm trying to start off. I mean, we are the fact that I'm sitting here talking to any of you is far beyond what I ever imagined Parker Street was going to be. So, you know, people come to us all the time that the neighborhood convenience store, that sort of model, people are really appreciative of. So even monthly tabs or bi-weekly and that kind of stuff. So, you know, it hasn't started yet, but there is definitely a demand for bringing that like very classic sort of that market that doesn't really exist anymore. But yeah. Come talk to me. Figure it out. Yeah.
Later on.
All right, cool. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So is Parker Street, are you a restaurant?
No, it's a grocery store. It's a grocery store of sorts, certainly. We are very small. We do have organic produce. We really are trying to eventually be a convenience store that you can get everything that you need.
So you are interested in stocking other products?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, my inventory, my stockists are local products, and so absolutely, I am a grocery store that will carry local product, and we have a lot of it. I'm always looking for new.
Well, thank you guys so very much. Is Eli in the house? Eli?